what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it. Some really odd news broke at in the middle of yesterday. Your phone probably went off. If you're a big LSU fan and you're watching this show, all of a sudden, kind of out of nowhere, because even rewatching the game, I don't know that I saw the moment that this would have happened. Maybe I thought maybe this one tackle, but then he was back in, split out wide afterwards.
I believe it happened in practice.
Okay, it happened in practice. Okay. That makes sense.
The next week.
John Emery tears his ACL out for the season. Tore his left ACL last year. He tore his right one. This is so sad in so many different ways, because John Emery, whether it's been, having to overcome some unfortunate academic situations, fighting through all of that, staying committed, finally getting back, getting hurt, staying committed, coming back, and then being the best player on the field in the third quarter of that game, and that is not an exaggeration, and actually looking like LSU's best running back by far. The fact that he would have that game, finally get some momentum going, and then once again tear his ACL is near unfathomable. It is representative of the worst part of sports, which are injuries, which are cruel and uncaring and unfair. And I mean, all I could say is just that I hope that John Emery overcomes this, and whether it's in football or anything else in life, that he finds a success that he has been working so hard for and chasing so hard for so many years.
Yeah, and this is incredibly sad. It just is. Having a relationship with John, I know how hard he's worked on and off the field to get back on there. He doesn't hide from some of the academic stuff that he had. I mean, he admits where he was wrong. He put his head down. He went to work. When you went over there for practice or just workouts, kind of check in on the team, the strength coaches would just talk glowingly about the work that John put in to come back from the torn ACL that he had a year ago. And, talked about him doing all the right things to be able to be what you saw in the third quarter against USC. Yeah. And unfortunately, man, a guy just cannot catch a break. And you hate to see it. And again, trust me when I say, this is somebody that has attacked getting back on the football field with every force that he possibly could.
Yeah.
And then you go out there and you play like that, because let's not forget who he is as a player. I mean, he is explosive. He is big play threat guy every time he touches the ball. He's been that for a long time. I mean, you go back to 2020 against Alabama. He takes a stretch and he goes 70 or whatever it was. He on the field was going to help you this season. But more importantly, off the field, this is somebody that worked so hard to get back on the field. It's devastating.
Well, and even down to the camp report from at the beginning of camp, where they're repping him and he's playing hard, but he's still trying to overcome some of that mental that mental block that comes from coming off of a major injury, where you have to learn to trust your body again. And he had clearly learned to do so. And again, he was as much of a reason as anything else why that run game popped in the third quarter. Actually, the main reason, his vision, his power. We'll get into LSU's run blocking, which leaves a lot to be desired. But it's unfathomable how cruel of a break this is for John Emery. Again, I mean, I think it looked like he was going to be RB1. So a blow to Emery, a blow to the team as well.
I think a major blow to the team.
Yeah. I mean, again,
major blow to Emery too. Again, that's the part that I definitely want to focus on first, because of knowing how he worked to get back to this point. But when you look at the other side of it, you're down now to 3 scholarship running backs that are available to you. You have 3 scholarship tight ends that are available to you. And it's a group both those groups have to go way up.
Could have used Mac Markway and his blocking ability in this game for sure.
That's what I talked about yesterday, T. Yeah. The offensive line, they got to run block better. Pass protection was incredible. They got to run block better. But it was a point of emphasis for me yesterday after my film review in the tight ends. They were the poorest part of the run block game.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do the things that LSU's doing, they have to be not just okay, they've got to be good, because a lot of times they were the second puller. And when you're the second puller like that, you're the one that gives the back the vision. The first puller kicks out and opens the hole. The second one gives you the direction in which to go in. And if you're in the running back's lap, that's a no direction.
Yeah, it's but even on, I mean, I agree with you. The tight end blocking was poor and has to get better. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot of the same kind of issues that you saw there. But even on that final 3rd and 1, like Pimpton got blown up and he holds the original sin. I'm still not, if he had a great block, I'm still not 100% convinced that you get that. We'll get to it in a bit more detail here next segment, but just very disappointed in the overall lack of push from an offensive line that, as Jake said, elite pass protectors. I mean, Nuss has the cleanest of pockets. He could cook dinner back there if he wanted to. But this almost feels like a group that has spent their entire life learning to pass pro. It's like the inverse of our age of football, where you spend your entire life learning how to run block, and then you have to kind of come to pass pro late. Yeah. Well, they've come to run blocking late, and it clearly shows. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.